Good evening to Azalea Baptist. You all look good, or at least the ceiling tiles up there look good at the church tonight. Glad to be with you. And Bart already did an introduction, but my name is Rob Fox. I'm the field coordinator for CBF Virginia. So I bring you greetings from the 350 churches around the state who are just like you, who connect together on mission and ministry. And glad to join you tonight via Zoom. This is my first time using our teaching service online, but excited that it's your second time, so thanks for joining us again. Tonight we're going to talk about hope, and I'm just going to check in with Bart to make sure you're still hearing me and all is well.
We are. If for some reason we can't hear you, I'll jump up and let you know, or I'll wave in the screen.
All right, sounds great. Okay, well, I'm going to start off with this verse tonight. This is our focal verse for the year. It's from Romans 8, talks about hope. So would you all read it with me tonight? For in hope we were saved. Now hope that is seen is not hope. For who hopes for what is seen? But if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience. Let us pray as we begin tonight. Good and gracious God, we thank you that you connect us in so many ways with one another. Tonight, as you connect us as we teach online here, how you connect us, Lord, around the world through our missionaries, and how you connect us all with the hope of Jesus Christ. Bless us tonight as we learn together. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, Bart, are you there?
I am.
This is where I need your help with some audience participation. Oh, and by the way, folks, Mary Beth Faust is over here. She's my go-to person if we have any trouble tonight. Bart, you're stuck, so I'm going to wait just a second till I hear you again.
Oh, now you're back.
I'm back. Yeah. All right, took a little break there, but now I'm back. Okay, Bart, this is the place where we get audience participation and we give out prizes. Is your group ready for that?
Got it.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so tonight on our journey of hope, we're going to journey to Haiti. And in the background there, you see a beautiful image of Haiti. But before we go there, you have to learn 3 Creole words with me. Are you ready? Say yes.
Yes.
All right, great. Repeat after me. The first word is laque. All right, you have to guess what this word is, and it starts with an H. It's the place where probably most of you all started off tonight before you came to church. It's where your easy chair is. It's where you probably will lay your head tonight. Any guesses? Who said that, Bart?
Well, they all said it together, so I don't know what to do here.
Just pick the person who sat farthest forward, because usually Baptists are in the back of the room.
All right, we're going to go in the front here.
Okay, so laque is home. All right, the second word is sante. Okay, this sounds a lot like the word sanitize. It's kind of like hand sanitizer, sante. You'd use this to protect something about yourself. This has been in the news a lot with Ebola virus going around. So it's a word that starts with H. Any guesses, Bart? Somebody said health. Give that person a T-shirt, Bart. Sante is health. Very good. Very good. Oh, all right, are we ready for the last word? All right, are we ready? It's Haiti. Now, any guesses? This is an easy one. In fact, the word's actually on the screen somewhere.
Norway.
Who said Norway? Doorway. Nope, a good guess. Think about it. Say it with me again. Haiti. Haiti. Very good. Excellent. So Bart's going to give out all our T-shirts, and we were going to talk tonight about home, health, and Haiti. All right, we ready to move forward? Excellent. Good audience participation tonight. Well, first, let's talk about home. This is photo that we took of my family near the church that we were serving up in Caroline County. We joke and call this our whack-a-mole picture. It's actually whack-a-fox. So this is my wife, Krista, my daughter, Ashton, and my son, Bryson. That's not our home, but I want to tell you some stories about home. Back in 2009, CBF Virginia moved into a new office when I began my work. This was over on BTSR's old campus, and I took Ashton and Bryson there on a Saturday morning. I bribed them with some Dunkin' Donuts, and one was a whole lot happier than the other, if you can tell from the slide, to be there. But we were establishing our new office home back in 2009. This is an image here of some young ministers who connected with us early on as we were reestablishing the mission of CBF Virginia. These folks are serving all over the state and country in different roles. The young man you see farthest over on the right is actually serving at University Baptist in Honolulu now. So our reach goes way beyond our state when we talk about home. In 2010, you all know about Mission Madness, but we had no idea about it then. I had a young man, Mark Snipes, who was working at Central Baptist, gave me a call and said, Rob, we would like to do what they're doing in Georgia, and we'd like to gather youth together for a weekend of mission in Virginia. And he said, I'll help you put that together. So in 2010, we gathered. This is Central Baptist Church for our first Mission Madness weekend. This is an image here of about 250 young people gathered into the church there. Isn't that an amazing image? I don't know if you all can imagine there at Azalea having 250 young people, but there's quite an energy in the room that evening. So the way we do this is we gather those young people on a Friday night. On Saturday morning, they go out all over the local community and they serve for the day. This is an image outside of Madison Heights Baptist near Lynchburg, and they're connecting to these different 15 mission sites. Do you all see the three-letter codes? If you can, say yes. Yes. Okay, so you see the CON and the JOE. Those are short codes for Mrs. Connie's house, or we're going to work at Joe's house. And on the youth's wrist, they have a wristband, and they have that three-letter code there. So when the youth get to Mission Madness, they're mixed up. So there might be, let's say, 10 youth from Azalea Baptist, but there may only be 2 in one group, 2 in another group, and that's where the madness comes in, where they're mixed around and they serve with youth from all over the state. So they build great new friendships and networks there. This is a group of 3 young people who were serving down at Madison Heights in the Lynchburg area. Can you all still hear me? Just checking in? Yes?
You lost you for a minute, but you're back. If I come over and you see me wave, you'll know we lost you for a minute.
Okay, I'll stop talking because I talk a lot, and if you need me to stop, just put up the hands there.
Keep going.
Okay. These are 3 young people down in Lynchburg, and they were serving at this local mission site. If you see the building behind you, everything that was red was white that morning. So it's pretty amazing what these young people can do over a Saturday when they come together. They paint everything, including themselves. I love this photo of these 3 young women. That year, our theme was Ni Hao. It was hello in Mandarin to a new generation of the church. So these young people are serving locally in Virginia around the state, but they're learning about our global mission. So we were talking about the work of Larry and Sarah Ballou, who are our CBF field personnel in China that year. Love this image. You look at the young man over here on the left, that's Todd Blake, who's the pastor of Madison Heights Church. And the gentleman who's over on the right is Charles White. He's the pastor of C Street Baptist. These 2 churches are right across the city from one another in Lynchburg, but they didn't know each other until this Mission Madness weekend when Reverend White asked us to come over and help him do some renovation on his church. So this is a beautiful image of what Mission Madness does, how we build bridges together. Image inside their church, and the gentleman you see on the far left is Mark Snipes. He's our mission coordinator that helps us put together all this good work we do with Mission Madness. Our mission trailer is part of our home. You see Jenny Clore there, our administrator, a former intern in the middle, Josh Beeler, and Mark Snipes there. This mission trailer is available for you all to use on large mission projects like building a wheelchair ramp to doing simple kind of rake and run activities this time of year. And if you'd like to borrow it to rake my yard, you're more than welcome to. I've got plenty of leaves that we could use your help with here in Richmond. This is a group of younger people. I think these were college students who borrowed our trailer for the weekend to go work in Danville. And the building that you see behind them is the local community shelter. So they were going to help the shelter with some basic renovations that they needed there. In 2013, we took a group to China. This was our first mission immersion experience, and we're talking about different doorways to home here. You see Alice Cates there on the left. She's Minister of Youth at Chester Baptist, just south of Richmond, and Mark Snipes, our mission coordinator. Behind them, that round doorway that you see is the doorway to the, oh my goodness, I just lost a word. Help me, Mary Beth. It's the local place where people worship the god Macau. So it's a local temple. Thank you, Mary Beth. I should have had an extra cup of coffee today. It's the temple where they worship the god named Macau. So the Chinese people who are in this community come, and they believe that a dragon spirit flies in and out of that round portal. So we were going there with our missionaries to pray for those people that they could know a greater spirit and that they would come to know the love of Christ. This is a group of our folks from Virginia. You see Justin Joplin there in the front with the kind of the wild look on his face. He was a pastor in Richmond, now serving in Canada. And they were visiting with English as a second language students. Macau attracts more young people from all across Asia who come to work in the hotel industry, the casinos. They come to get a start on their business career, and they want to learn English. So as they're learning English, Larry and Sarah Ballou are telling them about the love of Christ in their life. In 2013, we moved into our new office space at BTSR, which we quickly outgrew. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. And then in 2014, we took a second mission immersion experience to Slovakia. This is a beautiful doorway or archway in Kesmarok, where we visited John and Tanya Parks. This was our group. You see Mary Beth there, and you see her here. We took a group over to visit John and Tanya. This was us passing through, I believe that was Austria and Vienna. This is John and Tanya's daughters in front of the doorways of what was their former home. Love that photo. Wanted you to see their girls. And some images here of us working with the Roma children and the Roma people who were there. John and Tanya are our representatives, our field personnel who work with the Roma, who are highly discriminated against. There's some correlation with their discrimination with what you see maybe between different cultures in the United States, but the Roma live in just abject poverty. In the upper left-hand corner, you see some of the young people there in these beautiful dresses, and they were giving us one of their local performances. They live actually in homes with dirt floors, but they come together and they're going to school. They're doing these performances around the world and sharing their culture, and it's changing perspectives on who they are in their lives. In the bottom photo, you see the woman up front with the red hair. Her name is Anna, and she's one of the Slovaks teachers who works in this Roma school. The Roma young people, it's really rare for them to have an opportunity to get an education, to have an opportunity to go on to college, but these young people are, and they're learning the love of Christ through John and Tanya Parks, who you see in the upper right-hand corner in the middle as they were trekking us up a mountain that day. And finally, what I want to tell you about home is in 2014, our staff worked really hard to move into our new home. We're in the second floor of the Presbytery of the James building and have very good relationships with our Presbyterian friends on the bottom floor. But because we've been able to grow our mission and our ministry and expand, we've needed more space, which has allowed us to grow into this home. And there's the doorways to our new office there. So why do I talk to you about this home piece? Is because this has become our identity. This is what we do. You see in this image on the left is Mark Snipes. He's in charge of the mission work that we do. And on the right is Mary Beth Faust, who correlates our ministry work together and how we care for pastors and how we engage in continuing education. This slide talks about the identity of CBF. And I think it does a really good job, if you can read that together, of talking about how we work. But the most important word in this description is in the last sentence there. You see the word co-laborers. You've probably known denominational bodies like us in the past where people come and it's a one-stop shop. That's not who we are. We work alongside your church to co-labor. So we learn where your assets are, where your strengths, how we can connect you. So it's about the co-labor, doing the co-mission. It is about communion and breaking bread together. It's about all those things. That's really our identity. So I'm going to pause there, and I'm going to just check in with Bart. Bart, are we doing good? Are there any questions about those doorways to home?
We're doing very good. Do you want me to take any questions, or you want to keep going?
I can keep going if everybody's nodding heads there and feeling good. Okay.
We want to get more information. Yes.
Okay. Keep going?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's talk about some doorways to health. That's our second word. And anybody have any guesses what this beautiful building is here up on the screen? Maybe Bart knows.
That's a library.
Library, that's right. Okay, so a lot of people have guessed that this is a hospital, and I joke, well, it sort of is a hospital in terms of health for our pastors and lay leaders. This is the library at Union Presbyterian Seminary, and if you could see it, if you keep going all the way over to the right, our office is located within walking distance. And your pastor, Bart, has spent a good number of hours the last couple of weeks at this library, and that's exactly what we are hoping more and more pastors will do. So let me talk to you a little bit about that. First, I want to show you this cartoon, which I think is kind of amusing. It's a snapshot of ministry, as I say, and you see up there in the pulpit, that's Bart. He's wearing a tie, and he's kind of sweating it up there. He's a pastor. He's sweating it, and you see all these people out in the pews, and they've got lots of thoughts like feed me, counsel me, humor me, rebuke me, love me, visit me, encourage me, disciple me, comfort me. Well, I know this isn't a portrait of Azalea Baptist, but this is the way lots of ministers feel when they're, especially up there in the pulpit. Ministry is a special calling. It's a different kind of job. There's lots of people in our churches who work hard. Ministers just carry a mantle of responsibility that's really difficult to put into words. So we want to, as CBF, reach out and give good support alongside our congregations to these ministers. So let me tell you some ways we're doing that. Our first way is what we're calling Sabbath Day. And again, this is a portrait of Union Seminary, and you can actually see our office building over in the far right-hand corner there. What we want to do with Sabbath Day is what Bart has already taken advantage of, is we want to invite pastors to come to our office. You see this table here. We call this our table of hospitality. So they come see Mary Beth. They receive a coffee mug and a goodie bag, and they receive a day pass to go spend at this library. Now, this is a different perspective on the library from Union's campus. And what it's designed to do is really give these pastors an opportunity to take a day away in Richmond to rest and read and study and reflect. And they so need that to be healthy in their ministry. So let me show you just a couple snapshots inside the library. This is one of the reading rooms. I always joke with people, just walking in there makes me feel smarter and just better about myself. So it's a beautiful space. And there's also, located near the library is the chapter and verse bookstore. And we encourage pastors to go there and actually look at brand new books they can purchase and take with them. So pretty simple concept there of what Sabbath Day is. But we're trying to open doorways so pastors can consider longer Sabbaths and churches can consider sabbatical policies with CBF. Another way we're trying to promote health is for lay leaders like yourself, and you all are participating in one of our Feasts of Faiths for this season. We're offering these cloud-based teaching events, and we're working out all the little hiccups this fall, really, so we can do it even better next year. So you can see there that we've offered one with Melissa Jackson. And did you all participate in that one? No, probably second one. You participated in the one with Stephen Reeves, which we appreciate. and then the one with me. So you're working this out, but the way we've designed this to work is that there's a main moderator, and then there's live audiences. And tonight it's just you and I. And I'm actually at Gayton Baptist Church in the west end of Richmond tonight. So they're doing their Wednesday night activities, and we're connecting with you from there. But this can connect with multiple churches across the state with a speaker. So you can just imagine, as we learn to embrace this technology, how we can have conversations between Azalea Baptist, maybe Gayton Baptist here, Roslyn Hills and Roanoke, Fredericksburg Baptist Church. It just really allows us to get our resources out there in a greater way. Want to mention to you, another way we're investing in health is our fall youth retreat. This past October, we hosted was it our fifth annual fall youth retreat with about 350 young people and their leaders at Eagle Eyrie, which this is a pretty big deal. I'll embarrass Mary Beth and there she is again. And that's her husband there in the middle who's pointing with his coffee cup. He usually has a coffee cup in his hand. We can't quite figure out why. But our youth retreat, our theme was Hope Resurrected. And the youth leaders talked with the youth about the hope we have in Christ and how that relates directly to the stresses they're feeling with things in their lives now, like SATs and peer pressure and social media and all those kind of things. So some very timely topics, but also some chance just to rest and engage in arts and music and meaningful, thoughtful worship. So this is the ways in which we're investing in ministry, and I love the snapshot. You got to see Mary Beth in there. This was us hosting a group of ministers down in the Lynchburg area just a few weeks ago at the Cracker Barrel. How many, if you like the Cracker Barrel, say yeehaw? Oh, I knew you got a crew there. A lot of these folks in this picture are pastors. We have associate pastor in this photo, but this gives you a good snapshot of the younger people who are investing in our movement, and we want to care, for them as well. So we talk about the ministry that we have. It exists to strengthen congregations through the enhancing the leadership of clergy and laity. And I want to point that out in this slide, that it's about both those sets of leaders. So this is a new area of focus for us, and we're learning lots this year as we do that. Let me pause there, Bart, and see, are we still together, hearing me okay, and all is well?
Wait a second, because we lost you.
Okay.
We lost you, so hang on.
All right.
Okay, now you're back. Yeah. So,
okay.
You want to take some questions or not? Anybody got any questions? I think we're good. You can keep
going.
All
right. I'm going to keep going. We're walking through our last doorway here, and it's our doorway to Haiti. You've been working hard. You've learned your Creole, so we're ready to go. Each year, CBF Virginia chooses our theme, which is hope. And this year, we're focused on a certain part of the world and one of our field personnel, which is Haiti. And we're telling the story everywhere we go of Jenny Jenkins. Jenny grew up in Petersburg, Virginia. Her mother is Lucy Dorr, who was a Christian educator at First Baptist Richmond for years. So Jenny grew up there watching her mom, but she answered the call to become a nurse when she graduated from college and began to do that work in the Richmond area. She felt called to use her medical skills in Haiti, so she began to do lots of short-term medical mission trips. And in 2010, she got commissioned to be a full-time field personnel serving on our behalf to be the presence of Christ in Haiti. So love this image of Jenny doing what she does best, is caring for lots of children who are there in Haiti and their mothers. Image here on the far left of Jenny being commissioned back in 2010 to be a field personnel, and you can see some of the folks she's working with. So wanted to give you a weather forecast for what it looks like in Haiti as it's getting cooler here. You see it's bright and sunny there. You see the sunshine? Yes, you see the map and the sunshine. Well, Jenny is located in Grand Guave, which is just right to the sunshine there on the map. So has anyone in the group there tonight, Bart, been to Haiti?
We've got a couple of folks in the back, and we got 3 people that have been to Haiti.
Okay, great. And ask them what airport they flew into.
They went on a cruise ship.
Cruise ship. Okay. Well, I did that too on Royal Caribbean.
Rob, we've got one who went on a Navy ship.
A Navy ship.
You're in Norfolk now.
I'd prefer the cruise ship. I actually went into Haiti for the first time, to Labadee, Haiti, and I thought, what are they talking about with poverty? As we were approaching the island on the cruise ship, it was just this beautiful white sand beach. And as soon as the boat stopped, I began to see the canoes coming from the other side of the island and the people who were selling their wares and begging there. It's important for us to remember that there's always another side to the island. There's always another side of the mountain. There's another side of our cities that we often don't see. So Haiti's a good example of that. If you come with us to Haiti, you'll fly into Port-au-Prince, and you'll most likely ride in the back of a truck on some very bumpy roads for about an hour and a half over to Grand Guave. And what they tell me is, while you're riding on those bumpy roads up and down, you're looking down the ravine next to you at the truck that maybe had gone off the road 2 weeks ago and still sitting there. And you may get stuck in a traffic jam because someone's just decided to stop the truck in front of you to go over to the market to get themselves a Coca-Cola, and it might take them 20 minutes to visit with someone, and they'll come back. So it is a different culture, and it is not easy living there in Haiti. Last thing I want to say about this map is, do you see the line? Oh, Bart is there.
Oh, I was here, but we lost you for a little bit, but keep going. You were saying last thing about the map? Yeah.
The last thing about the map is, can you all see the line that that separates Haiti and the Dominican Republic?
Yes.
If you fly over top of Haiti, that line, while very artificial, the whole Haitian side, when you look down, is brown, and the Dominican Republic side is green. It shows you how governmental systems can really keep people in abject poverty to the point where the land even gets destroyed. So just want to give you kind of a snapshot there of what it looks like from this drawing map, but also from the air. So ready to move forward?
Yes.
All right.
And I'll wave if you cut out, and then you can just pause for a minute, because I think it's just cutting in and out. Okay.
I'm going to just show you a couple photos of Haiti. This is a beautiful beaches there, and you can see these canoes, and you really see the beauty of God's creation there. Jenny has acquired a new compound so that she can host mission groups. So we are doing 2 mission immersion experiences to Haiti this year, one right after Christmas that we have a full group that's going, and then one in May for a medical clinic. So I'll show you where the groups are going to be staying. This is the compound. Mark Snipes always shows this slide, and he jokes, you're really suffering for Jesus to stay here. But it's a nice facility, and Jenny wants to be able to host lots of folks who want to come and be able to help with her work there. This is Jenny doing what she does on our behalf and does best. She's loving these children. This is a medical clinic that she had a group from Texas come down. And this is a doctor who's training one of the local Haitian women to do these kind of lab works, and they left them with that so they can learn how to care for themselves in this respect. You can see this doctor working. And here's one of the baby care clinics where Jenny is teaching newborn moms about care for their children. But you can also see the folks in the back who are lined up just waiting for health care. A great book for you all to read is called Mountains Beyond Mountains. It's about the whole need of healthcare in Haiti, and the Haitian proverb that once I cross one mountain is another mountain and another mountain. In other words, once I solve one problem, there's another problem. Well, how do you find hope in that? That's what Jenny is translating, and what our folks are translating in terms of the love of Christ, that even when there's lots of problems, you can hold on to that kind of hope. This is the faces I want you to remember. Is this a beautiful young man here who's been visiting with Jenny and just happy and got his whole life ahead of him. We want to give him that kind of hope there, and this beautiful baby there. So I mentioned before, we'd love to take some folks from Azalea Baptist with us on one of these mission immersion experiences. We've got a full team that's already in stage 8 of a 10-stage process to go right after Christmas on a VBS and sports ministry experience. but our family medical mission experience is going to be in May. And you do not have to be a doctor to participate in this. We'd like to have less chiefs and more Indians on this experience to kind of help do a little bit of work. So if you've got medical background, I didn't mean to offend you. We'd love for you to come, but we're looking to fill that position. Let me tell you a little bit about the dates for Mission Madness. We'd love to have you all participate this year. We have a couple different locations there. The closest to you would be Suffolk. And let me tell you, we always put the youth in nice hotels, not motels, because we want them to be safe. But this by far will be the nicest hotel ever. We've got the city of Suffolk working with us, so they have us in the new, I think it's the Hilton Garden Suites or something like that. So, you might want to send Bart just to check it out there or something. There you go. Mark Snipes is starting something new for us, which is called Mission Exchange. And the way I describe this is a way that your church can host a mission trip, but we do all the logistics for you. So we have these different areas around the country and around the globe. So if Azalea Baptist said, we'd like to send a team of 10 people to go do some mission work in Košice, Slovakia, you'd call Mark. He works with our travel agent. He sets up all the insurance pieces, gives you the price for that, trains you before you go, works with you while you're there, and then does follow-up work. So if you want to learn more about that, I can talk to you about that. And Bart, did we give you a mission box to take back?
You didn't, but is this where we collect for them?
Yes.
We've already turned in a bunch of that. We did our mission box for that.
Did you do the baby care kits?
Yes.
Excellent.
We brought a load of those to
Thank you. My apologies. So you all know what this is. We're going to be at the Virginia Baptist meeting next week, and we've got 200 of these boxes to give out. We're encouraging churches all over the state to fill these gallon Ziploc bags with these baby care kits, which our teams are going to Haiti. We'll share with Jenny, and she'll distribute those over the next, hopefully, couple years to mothers as they have children. So keep sending them. Have a baby shower at your church if you'd like, and we'll get them to Jenny. And let me tell you this. Let me show you this final picture. I love the story behind this. This is really a picture of the way we do mission. You all remember last year when we were collecting shoes with Souls for Souls?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah? Oh, we collected, 20,000 pairs of shoes, which we were astonished by. We filled the back of a tractor trailer, and those were shipped off to Souls for Souls to be distributed around the world. Well, because Virginia churches were so generous, Mark Snipes was able to go with Souls for Souls at their invitation without a cost to help distribute shoes in Haiti. So this is a picture of him one day in Haiti where Mark tells a story that they were gathered underneath a tent in a local village, and he said it was about 800 degrees in that tent, and they set up a couple camping chairs, and they put the boxes of shoes out, and people began to line up for it looked like a half a mile. So as people came in, these children particularly, Mark would greet them and they would get a new pair of shoes. So this young man was one of the first in line. He came in, sat down. Mark took off his old shoes, washed his feet, put on a new pair of socks, and put on this new pair of shoes and was tying them up. And Mark says this big smile came across his face, and he's just talking to him in Creole and all this stories and everything. And Mark said, I couldn't understand anything, but I just kept smiling. And he said as soon as the young man got his shoes, he darted off. Well, they finished up that work that day, and they were cleaning up all the supplies. And Mark was packing up things, and he looked across his shoulder, and he sees this little guy coming back. And he's got 2 Coca-Colas in each hand. And he plops back down in that chair, and he hands Mark a Coca-Cola, and he pops open his Coca-Cola, and he starts drinking it, and he just starts talking in Creole again to Mark. And Mark says it was a moment there for him where he realized, even though he couldn't speak the language, that he had experienced just a God moment and changing this young man's life with just these shoes. We were able to do that because you all were so generous to provide those. So I hope you know that even though everybody can't go to places like Haiti, you have a touch there, and you're changing people's lives with just simple acts like this. That's what we hope to do as we open doorways with that. So this slide talks about our mission. It talks about our mission statement is to serve Christian and churches as they discover and fulfill their God-given mission. That's how we co-labor with you. And that's local and that's global. It's very important that it's both things to us at home and around the globe. So, Bart, what I'd say CBF Virginia is about is we are opening doorways. I love this slide because you see lots of different doors up there, and every church comes to us in a different way. It's multiple doorways for mission, multiple doorways for ministry, and multiple doorways for giving and giving back. So I prepared some giving facts for you all if you want to, but I think let's pause here and just see if there's questions. And I can go through these other slides if you wish, Bart, if we've got time, or we can just close out here.
All right. Well, we have just a minute, but are there any questions? Anything somebody wants to ask?
What is your greatest need at this point?
Rob, what is your greatest need at this point?
Wow.
I guess besides money.
Yeah, greatest need. We have been working really hard over the past 5 years to add value to churches, and as we traveled around, we asked churches what value do we offer, and it was mission, and we've really crafted ourselves around that. But I want us to remain nimble enough and not get in ruts so we can continue to dream and follow the Spirit. So I'd say just prayers that we can continue to be, innovative. We are working with CBF North Carolina to try to do more things collaboratively with them. We're dreaming a little bit with our Canadian Baptist brothers and sisters about ways in which we can send groups from Virginia there and groups from Canada back here. I want us to dream big. Now, when I say that, giving is important to us, but that's not all of it. I'm reminded that we stand on the shoulders of so many who's created this base. So kingdom kind of focus, kingdom kind of vision. Just pray with us that we'll keep that as our staff grows, and we'll kind of keep that ahead of us all the time. Does that help?
Yes, it does help.
Yeah.
Rob, I'll say something while you're there because I think it's important, and I also think I want the congregation to hear it. But I very much appreciate CBF Virginia since I've been in Virginia, as well as the Baptist General Assembly of Virginia.
Right.
And what I appreciate about what you do and what you are doing is you're an organization that's not coming in and saying, we've got an agenda and we have, a plan of action, and we want all the churches to follow it and do what we say. You're coming in and saying, we want to be a resource for you,
right,
to work from within your congregation and meet your needs where you're at. And I really appreciate that model of ministry.
Well,
the other thing I appreciate is when I walk into your office, there are conversations I don't have to have as a Baptist pastor with you all about shared values, because I know you share those historic Baptist values, including the autonomy and independence of the local church.
Right.
And that you're not a larger denominational body dictating to us our belief, our practices, or anything about our polity. That you're not involved in that. You really are here to partner and work and help us. And I'll tell you, as someone who's been a lifelong Baptist and has often walked into places where I'm first asked to explain myself, I value the openness and the freedom and just the...
Oh, you froze. Oh, he was right there at the invitation. Oh, please come back.
And to help our congregation, and I really value that. I also value the fact that we can connect with that larger network of work that's going on in the world, because we can collect shoes here, but it's true, we can't all go to Haiti.
Right.
But, it's important to me that people see that larger circle of grace that's out there, similar to when Paul was collecting money to go back to Jerusalem.
Right.
They have to have a conversation about the shared value of mission and caring for the needy, because that was at the heart of their shared faith and practice and witness. And so I very much appreciate that you all are really working within that same circle of grace model, and that you have a big circle. So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, so I thank you all for being there and doing that.
Well,
All right.
well, thank you, and we really are. We're really building something that is, it's new, and it's different, but it's not different than historically the way Baptists have always joined together to do something bigger than they could do apart. But it's a new network, and that what you talk about, the autonomy of the local church, that's our greatest strength, is that we're so diverse, but we find these different things in common, and that's where things just happen, and we get to sit back and say, wow. So yeah, it's exciting. Very cool. Thank you for the words of affirmation. I think I lost you. How are we doing on time, Mary Beth? We locked up. Hey.
Affirmation. Are you still with us?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think maybe we won't do the last few slides, but we are going to be discussing funding as it relates to CBF, and I pretty much have that information.
Yes, indeed.
We're going to be doing that when we get to budget time. And
everybody's out of class now. They're all there. That's what.
that part.
Okay.
All right.
I lost the last part, but whatever you said, I say amen.
Okay. That's what we like to hear. Okay. Well, all right. Well, then I think we'll skip those last few slides, okay?
Perfect.
Because we're going to go over that with them, and I have that information. So,
all right.
We'll be good.
All right. Well, Bart, can you hear me?
All time. Is that all right?
Okay.
We cut out again. So we had one question. I can try it real quick, but if after that, we may have to just call it a night. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Go ahead. He was talking about the erosion line in the Dominican Republic. Is the erosion really as bad as it appears on that slide?
I would say it's not necessarily erosion. It's the deforestation. It's the cutting down of trees. People just don't have resources, and they don't plant it back. So it's the farming, and everything's just destroyed the land. It's bad. I mean, you look at it from the air, and it's brown. Then when you get to Dominican Republic, it's green. Yeah.
All right, Rob. Well, we appreciate you all, and glad you could be with us. And I think because we're cutting in and out here a little bit more, I'm going to let you go, and then we'll do our prayer time, okay?
All right. Thank you, Bart. Thanks, Azalea Baptist. Good to visit with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.